Today we're taking a look at these NCAAB matches, which are happening on Tuesday, November 9, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting advice that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advice. Elon vs Florida. This year, the team will welcome back 2 key contributors, Gerald Gillens Butler and Zach Irvin, as both players missed last year due to injury. In their place, Hunter McIntosh filled in as the primary scorer, averaging 15.7 points per game. The Phoenix also returned Hunter Woods, who was the team's leading rebounder. Our first betting advice is to pick Elon plus 19. Center Malik Reneau committed to the Gators along with Jalen Reed and guard Denzel Aberdeen. Big things are expected from Reneau, who is ranked at number 23, ESPN 100, and got the scout grade of 89. The team needed a dominant big guy like Reneau, so there is no doubt he will be a real force below the rims. Reed is also ranked among the top 100, and with a couple of talented centers, the Gators will be much stronger in the paint this season. Our second betting advice is to pick over 140. UNCW vs Illinois State. The UNC Wilmington Seahawks have to improve defensively this season, as they gave up 74.2 points per game last season. They struggled as they gave up 46.9% from the floor and did decent as they gave up 31.2% from the three-point line. The Illinois State Redbirds were struggling defensively as they allowed 73.4 points per game last season. They allowed their opponents to shoot 45.2% from the floor and 31.5% from the three-point line. If the Redbirds can figure out how to defend a little better, it will be a great spot for the program. Our first betting advice is to pick UNCW plus 5.5. It starts on the defensive end, where the Redbirds had the MVC's worst defensive unit, allowing 74.8 points per game. Illinois State Does have 9 players returning, including Reeves and Strong. They also added 5 to 10-point guard Mark Freeman, an outstanding transfer from Tennessee State, who averaged 17.1 points per game, 2.0 steals, and 4.6 assists. Kendall Lewis, 9.9 ppg, is a swingman from Appalachian State who played just 9 games and opted out. They are also bringing in 6 to 10 forward Liam McChesney from Utah State and a JUCO transfer in 6 to 11 Ryan Chesney. Our second betting advice is to pick under 147. Quick reminder, BetUS is a platform that offers betting on all major sport and horse racing leagues. It has slots, table games, blackjack, and a variety of other casino games. All of the major US leagues are available for betting, including the NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB, and PGA. In addition, BetUS allows wagers on esports, Olympic events, soccer, cricket, boxing, cycling, and many more competitions. Join BetUS now using our link down below and get 125% cashback bonus on your first deposit on the sportsbook after you open an account and deposit using our link and use our promo code HIGHSTAKES. Central Michigan vs Missouri. Central Michigan was one of the worst defensive teams in the entire country a season ago, as they allowed 81.9 points per game. They gave up 46.8% shooting from the floor and 36.4% from the three. If they can figure out how to improve drastically on this side of the court, it will really help the program play well and be a winner. The Missouri Tigers struggled last season on the defensive side of the floor as they allowed 71.9 points per game, which was 205th in the country. Looking at their defensive stats, they allowed teams to shoot 43.1% from the floor and 33.2% from distance. If they can figure out how to defend the three a little better, it will be a good sign for their defense. Our first betting advice is to pick Central Michigan Chippewas plus 17. Missouri was selected to finish in 10th place in the SEC preseason media poll. They are ranked at 96th and die in Ken Pomeroy's ratings. The Tigers scored an average of 73.4 points last season, landing them 113th in the country. They conceded an average of 71.9 points, positioning them 222nd overall. Central Michigan was selected to finish 10th in the MAC preseason coaches poll. They are tabbed 300th overall in Ken Pomeroy's ratings. The Chippewas' scoring was a strength last year, averaging 86.8 points, landing them 51st in DI. They squandered an average of 79.8 points, pegging them 297th overall. Our second betting advice is to pick over 146. UT Arlington vs Oklahoma State. Arlington Mavericks need to improve defensively as they allowed 72.2 points per game last season. The Mavericks need to get a few more stops this season, as they gave up 43.9% from the floor and 36.7% from the three-point line. If they can improve a little there, it will be good for Utah Arlington. The Oklahoma State Cowboys struggled last season defensively, as they gave up 72.7 points per game, which was 232nd in the nation. They allowed their opponents to shoot 41.1% from the floor and 32% from distance. If they can continue to force their opponents into tougher shots, it will be a great spot for the defense to step up. Our first betting advice is to pick Oklahoma State by 20.5. The loss of Cunningham is a huge one, but much of last year's team returns, and head coach Mike Boynton has brought in 3 big transfers that should help to make this team quite deep. Avery Anderson, 12.2 ppg, 4.0 rpg, is the leader of this team, but 3 other returning starters average better than 9 points per game. That includes Isaac Licakel, 9.1 ppg, 6.6 rpg, Matthew Alexander Moncrief, 9.0, 5.0, and Caleb Boone, 9.4, 5.4. Plus, they added Kansas transfer Bryce Thompson. The return of David Azor is huge. The junior had a solid season, 14.0 ppg, 4.8 rpg, and he will be expected to lead this team on the court. Ogden likes the 3-guard small lineup, so he and Sam Griffin, 9.4 ppg, will be keys for this team. The Mavericks brought in a number of transfers as well, including Grayson Carter, who has not played since 2018-19, Georgetown. Fresno State senior transfer Lazaro Rojas had minimal chance to play for the Bulldogs, but will get time off the bench with the Mavericks. UT Arlington lost 6 players from last year's team, including Brian Warren and Radshut Davis, but nothing that should be too hard to replace. The Mavericks are predicted to finish 4th in the conference, but if Carter puts it together, then they have a shot to win this conference. Senior guard David Azor is going to need to carry the offensive load for the Utah Arlington Mavericks this season, as he is the top scorer returning to the program. Looking at last year, he finished playing 23.6 minutes and averaged 12.8 points, 4.8 rebounds, 2.1 assists, 0.2 blocks, and 1.8 steals. He needs to shoot a little more as he has a good stroke as he shot 43.2% from the field, 40